Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video and welcome to a very belated update. I've been wanting to record this video for quite a while, and since returning back from Prague I've just had so much going on. There's been two main reasons that I've not picked up and vlogged. One of them is that I'm still suffering from this cold that I got when I got off the plane from Prague, and you can still kind of hear it in my voice. It's on the way out, but I've not been wanting to vlog because I literally don't want to grab the camera and then get into a coughing fit. The second reason is that I've been super busy with work since I got back. I launched my business website, I launched my clothing, I've been working with new clients that have been signing on board with me. I've been putting lots of systems in place for my full upgrade to my fitness website, which is happening in the new year, and I've been planning my trip to the UK. So in today's video, I want to give you guys an update with where I'm at right now, 6 weeks post-season, but also try and give you guys some takeaway points and some tips for how to nail the reverse and kind of move into that recovery and improvement phase post a prep. I say nail the reverse in inverted commas because nobody really truly nails it. Everybody learns from prep to prep, season to season, how to manage things more effectively and ultimately to make progress in the improvement season. So the first thing I want to share with you guys is my physique update. So here's where I'm currently at, 6 weeks post-season. The goal in this improvement phase and this recovery phase was to kind of sit between the 154 to 162 pound mark. And these photos were taken on Saturday morning, and I was weighing in at just under 160 pounds. My food has not changed in terms of calories. I'm still on about 2,700 calories on a training day, about 2,400, 500 on a rest day. But the three main things that I've probably adapted since coming out of my show is meal timings, being flexible with my rest day diet, and implementing a free meal once per week. So later on in the vlog I will share with you what my current diet looks like, but this morning I had my normal meal, which you guys have seen on here probably about 100 times, but it's my eggs, my smoked salmon, I still have my bagel and my jam, and I thoroughly enjoy that meal. It's quite a calorie dense meal. I think it's something like over 700 calories, but it gives me everything I need in the morning in terms of protein, fats and carbs. And one of the main changes that I've made is that I actually have this meal and then I go and train immediately. But before I go and head to the gym, I just want to give you my first tip when it comes to reverse dieting, going into that improvement phase, and that would be really thinking carefully about what you want to include on your meal plan and having that discussion with your coach prior to ending your prep season. Like, I had that discussion with Darren. I told him the types of foods I wanted to eat, we discussed it together, we planned it out, and then we structured my diet. There's nothing on my food plan that I don't enjoy. There's nothing in my diet that I'm craving that I don't already have. So I think that was one of the main factors for me when I bumped my calories right up. I wanted to make sure that I was regulating my hormones again as quickly as possible, getting my energy back, improving my sleep, but most importantly, not craving anything and really enjoying all of my meals in my off-season plan. So I did mention in my post-show vlog that people handle that kind of reverse diet and improvement phase kind of food plan in a different way. Some people want to bump it up gradually, some people want to go straight up to maintenance, and for me, my happy kind of set point is where I sit at around about 160 pounds. I've got lots of energy, my hormone regulates, my cycle comes back, I feel like I'm sleeping really well, and I'm okay with my body looking the way it looks at this kind of weight. So that's my tip number one. I'm going to head to the gym now. It's just gone 7:30, so I'm training pretty early in the mornings now, and I've kind of pushed back my admin working time and my coaching calls because actually in the UK the clocks have changed, so I'm now 4 hours ahead of the UK, and I'm like 3 hours and 2 hours ahead of Europe, which is awesome because it means I can get so much done in the morning before everyone else has woken up and they start working with me. Just got to the gym now and I'm about to train my pull session. This is one of 2 pull sessions that I have in my training split, and I've just downed this on the way. This Bang Radical Skedaddle is insane. Like, it tastes so good. It's like a combination between cotton candy and bubblegum. Like, it's really good. So I'm gonna head in now, I'm gonna get my training session done, and then I might see if I can film one of my top sets. just finished my session and walking back to the car now, and I'm really happy with how that went. I've been running this new program now for about 4 weeks. The first 2 weeks post show, I kind of did what I felt like doing for training, like I was more relaxed. I talked about that already on a couple of other vlogs, but this training program that I designed with my husband and my coach, I've been doing now for, yeah, about the last 4 weeks, and those RDLs have been the bane of my life. I really struggle with them, and I want to get strong at that movement, and posterior chain is something I'm massively working on. So getting 6 to 7 reps with 40 kg aside, I'm really pleased with. So I'm going to head home now and then get my post-workout meal, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. Hello. Oh, hello Stitchy. It's your new spot. What is it with cats? They find a new spot like once every month and then they just plonk themselves there. That's your new chair for a little while, is it? And Milo. Look at his new collar, guys. He's now 1 year old. Bless him. So having just got in from my training session, what I tend to normally do, because I train at a different time to Darren, and he doesn't actually train in the same gym as me anymore, he always asks me about my session, how I did, and I've just been chatting to him about my RDLs, and currently I'm doing a top set and a back off set. So in the video that you guys have just seen, I got 7 reps on my top set, which is supposed to be 4 to 6, so it means I'm really happy with 40 kg aside. Getting 7 reps means I can probably progress in that movement now, and as I said, I've been working on that for the last 4 weeks, but my back off set was a struggle. Like, my back off set was 30 kg aside, and I only got 8 reps. I felt my lower back kind of twinge in that movement. Felt really pumped, and we've just been chatting about it, and he was saying, well, it could be that you didn't rest long enough between those 2 big movements, which I know is a problem that I have. I should probably have taken like 3 to 4 minutes between my top set and my back off set, or it could be that my back off set isn't low enough, so actually I should probably drop that down to about 25 kg aside instead. But that's my tip number 2, is when you're moving into your kind of reverse improvement phase, like coming out of a prep, having that discussion with your coach and really talking about your training program is so important. Like how you're feeling in each movement, how you feel you're progressing each week. It's something that I do with all of my clients, and it's something that me and Darren worked on prior to me ending my prep season. Like, I really wanted to work together on my training program and put systems in place in order to improve, but equally to really enjoy my sessions. So you need to be going into your improvement phase buzzing for each workout. You don't want to be feeling that dread like you do towards the back end of prep when you're really low on energy and you're not enjoying your training. So enjoying your training in your improvement phase is really important, while still working on those areas that you need to progress. So I'm just about to prepare, or should I say finalise, my post-workout meal, which is my normal 40 grams of cream of rice. I'm going to add 100 grams of pineapple. Darren's just making up his first meal because he's just done his cardio. And I did used to have 30 grams of jam with this, but I find that it's just too much at the moment. I'm really not enjoying having the jam with the pineapple and the cream of rice. So I've kind of moved those carbs around into another meal, which I'll share with you guys later. So this is now my post-workout meal, and if you look at my schedule, I do still have my eggs, salmon, bagel and jam, but now, because I train earlier, that 12 p.m. meal, which is normally my post-workout, is actually a little bit earlier. I'm having that now at about 10 o'clock. And then what I do is I have my lunch meal, which is my chicken wrap, which I'll show you guys later. And then I have rice cakes, nut bar and whey in the afternoon. So really, I should kind of change this schedule, but I know what I'm doing because I'm doing it consistently every day. And I'll show you guys when I pick you up for my next meal. All showered, clean and fresh, and I'm now sat on the sofa, ready to attack my admin work. So it's just gone 11 a.m. now, which means it's only 7 a.m. in the UK, so I've got 2 hours of work to do now. That's Milo chewing on a cow kneecap, which you can hear. But I've now got 2 hours of admin to do before I go into the office for my coaching calls. So I just kind of switch my schedule around just a little bit, and I actually quite like training earlier in the day and just getting it all done. So I'm going to crack on with some admin, and then I'll pick you guys back up for my next meal, which is my lunch meal, which I will have just before I head into the office and get on coaching calls. 20 to 1, and this is normally the time that I would eat this next meal. And if you guys watch my previous vlogs, you'll know that it was a chicken wrap with avocado, and it was 150 grams of potato, and then I had salad in the wrap. But actually, it's too much for me to eat all of this now, having just had like my breakfast meal, which was massive, my post-workout meal, which is high in carbs. So what I've done now is I've got my chicken avocado wrap, and I just make myself a really nice salad. Not because I'm hungry or need the volume, but I just love the crunch of a big salad. I love adding like tomatoes, cucumber, peppers, onions, lettuce, and then I season it with salt, some sriracha, mayonnaise, some Italian dressing. But I've moved the carbs from this meal to a little bit later on, so I'm still getting in 350 carbs, 160 protein, and about 70 fat across the day. 2 coaching calls done. I've got 5 more to go, but it's just coming up to 3 p.m. So before I get on my next call, I'm going to have my next meal, which is 4 rice cakes with 30 grams of almond butter and 20 grams of whey. And what I've done is mixed the almond butter with the whey and a little bit of water, and then spread it on top. And I can't believe that I've only just found this amazing invention. So good. I'm going to sprinkle some pink salt on top. I'm going to have this, a coffee with some of this. This Coffee Made, the Snickers flavour, is absolutely unreal. And 50 mils of this, which is what I'll probably add to my coffee, is still 120 calories, there or thereabouts. You know, it's still 17 grams of carbs, there's 5 grams of fat, so I am going to track it. But if you haven't tried this, get on it. And yes, Milo is still playing with that cow kneecap, and Stitchy is still chilling on the chair. These animals crack me up. Honestly, because I've got the chocolate kind of whey mixed with the almond butter, it honestly tastes like Nutella on rice cakes. And that little bit of pink salt, very good. And so I did mention earlier that if you plan for foods that you actually enjoy, you'll have very little cravings. Like, I don't crave anything throughout the week. If anything, I probably struggle to get all these meals in, which is why I've moved my carbs around a little bit. And one of the reasons I took the heavy amount of carbs out of that wrap meal is because it makes me feel really lethargic. When I eat lots of carbs, I just feel really tired, and I don't want to be tired on calls. So I've pushed those carbs back to my last 2 meals, and then I get really full before I go to bed, and then I get really sleepy, and I sleep really well through the night. So I found that's been really helping me sleep well. I'm not waking in the night. I feel completely full. I don't wake up hungry anymore, which is awesome. Seriously. Milo. Yeah. I'm not getting anything out of him. Well, at least he's not going to be barking or bothering me on my calls. 4 calls down, 3 more to go, but whilst I'm in the office and I've got a short break between coaching calls, I thought I would give you guys a sneak peek at my new online coaching course. I will link the website down below, but this is what it looks like. That's my little intro video about me. Obviously, I've got the fur babies. And then down here, there's like an overview of the course and each module, which covers clarity, content, communication, and consistency. And obviously, because I've got access, I can show you guys a bit of the course. So when you go into each of the modules and you click on it, you'll get an introduction from me. You'll get activities to follow through, tasks to complete. There's audio files where you can listen to me speaking about what to do, how to do it. And then at the end of each of the modules, you have like a final task to complete, which is then something that you can post in the forum. And then this is a forum, which is like a community area where everyone that's on the course talks about what they're doing, how they're progressing. And then I reply to comments, and then you can post like documents in here for me to review. I can message you directly and give you tips on how to progress. And it's just an awesome, awesome place. And I'm just so happy to have launched this. I'm so pleased that so many people are enjoying it already. And yeah, that's basically it. So if you're sat watching this and you think, I really want to start my online coaching business and I just don't know where to begin, then drop me a message or head straight over to the website. There's lots of information on there about how to get started. I will be posting more content in there in January, which will be free information for you to download, or just simply sign up to the course or message me if you've already got an established business and you're ready to level up. I've got one-to-one coaching spaces available in December and some starting in January as well. Just coming up to 6 p.m. and here is my next meal, which is pretty mega. 100 grams of salmon, 100 grams of veg, and I've gone for just frozen green beans. But then this mountain of rice is 80 grams of raw weight jasmine rice. So as I mentioned, I've taken the carbs from those other meals, and my last 2 meals are quite carb heavy because I much prefer to have those in the evening. And then I'm going to jump back in the office. I've got one more call to go and I'll pick you guys up a bit later. Final coaching call all done, and I want to give you guys my third and final tip when it comes to reversing into your improvement phase. Not only do I think it's important to really think about the food you're eating, think about your training and make sure you're enjoying both of those things in equal measure, I do think it's important to allow yourself a bit of downtime and kind of plan in things to look forward to. You know, if you've been on a prep and you've been meticulous with your diet, your training, your nutrition, you've pushed really hard and you've said no to a lot of things for a period of weeks or months, then I think it's important that you allow yourself some time to get back to those things. So for me personally, I like to book in a date night with hubby, and once a week we go and have an off-plan meal. And that might be out in a restaurant, or it might even be at home. And quite often Darren's just cooked something up at home, which has been absolutely lush and something that we don't really track. And then the other thing that I do is on my rest day, I'm a bit more flexible with my diet. So I know how to use MyFitnessPal. I know how to track my macros. So on rest days, when I've got my busiest days for coaching calls, my busiest days for check-ins, I don't want to be under pressure to try and get all of those meals in at certain times. So I tend to probably only eat 3 or 4 meals in that day, but I just kind of macro track on those days to kind of get everything in and just not give myself that pressure and be a bit more chilled and relaxed. Because when you're on prep, you are totally meticulous. And don't get me wrong, I'm being meticulous in my off season and making sure my calories are being hit. But where I am being more flexible is allowing for that little bit of freedom, a little bit of downtime, which ultimately is not going to be detrimental to my long-term progress. And I think if you allow yourself for those things, you're less likely to crave, you're less likely to go down the route of binging post-show. And I think you kind of get into that habit of just thinking, well, this is my lifestyle, this is how I eat, and I know that when the weekend comes, I'm going to enjoy this, that, or the other. And I think it's important also in those moments to be mindful when you eat and to not eat like a dickhead, basically, and to not eat like a child. Remind yourself that you're an adult and that you don't have to have everything in one go, but you can plan to have, let's say, steak and chips one night, and then the next weekend you might go to an Italian restaurant, or the weekend after that you might order in a Nando's. So it's like understanding that food is not going anywhere. You can enjoy those things in your improvement phase and still make progress. And for me, that's worked massively. So I'm going to make my final meal and I'm going to show you guys that in a moment. It's quite a big meal. It's got a lot of carbs in it. There's protein, there's fats in it. It's something that I enjoy every single evening before I go to bed. But by this point, I am pretty full with all the food that I'm eating. So quite often I'll push this back to like 8:30 or 9 p.m. And then when I've had it, I'm not gonna lie, I pretty much just pass out and want to go to bed. Ingredients for my final meal are as follows. Yep, it's a junk bowl and it's pretty jam-packed. Greek yogurt, a scoop of greens, a scoop of collagen, mixed berries, protein granola, Frosties, dark chocolate, and sugar-free chocolate sauce. Now you can see why I eat this and I literally just pass out. Good morning everyone. It is now the next morning and I most definitely passed out after having that final meal. If you look at my Oura Ring stats, I fell asleep at like 9:15 and I woke at about 3 a.m, which is quite typical of me at the moment. I'm falling asleep really early, but then I'm still waking really early. But my sleep score is still good and I honestly wake up and I'm like, I'm kind of ready to start the day. So sometimes I will force myself to go back to sleep, and other times I'll just kind of get up, I will potter about, I might read my book for a bit, get onto meal prep, do my morning cardio, and kind of start the day. But it means that I am feeling more tired as the day goes on, which is probably why I'm getting everything done first thing in the morning. So that's currently where I'm at the moment. I do hope you found this video useful. Let me know if those 3 tips have been helpful at all. As I mentioned, I don't think anybody truly nails the reverse into an improvement season from a really harsh dieting phase or a prep. But what we can all do is learn moving forward, and these are some of the things that I've learned about myself. These are things that I found helpful moving into this improvement season. That's it from me for this video. I will be vlogging my trip to the UK. I am super excited to share with you guys my Team Bex clothing, crop t-shirts, vests, full hoodies and cropped hoodies, and I can't wait to share them all with the rest of the team. But for now, I'm going to close this video off here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next from me. I think the next video might be a bit of a festive one and a bit of a fun one when it comes to food, so stay tuned. See you soon, folks.